All right, so welcome back to the channel of Lucas Knows Ball. I had to change from Hot Seat Sports because I had another creator steal my name and branding. So here we are. So today, if you know anything about me, I'm a big Ohio State fan. So I thought it'd be an interesting thought exercise if I did my own SEC tier list because I am not an SEC fan whatsoever. I think they're always overrated every single year. So I thought I'd give it a try so the SEC fans can come after me to prove I know ball, or if I don't. So we have five tiers here. The first tier is going to be SEC championship game, which is pretty self-explanatory, but it's going to be the two top teams I think in the conference and who will play in Atlanta in December for the SEC championship. CFP teams can be the second tier. It's going to be the teams that, while they may not have been, had the best SEC conference record, they had a good enough resume to make college football playoff. Ranked is the same thing, but it's teams that didn't make the playoff that are still ranked in the top 25. Bowl eligible, these are going to be the teams that didn't make the top 25, but are still good enough to play in like the top Pop Tarts Bowl, the Cheez Bowl, whatever. Then below 500, these are the teams that are the free wins on the schedule, the teams that are just straight dog, whatever word you want to call them. But yeah, so let's start off with Alabama. Alabama, I think they're going to be a college football playoff team. I don't think they're going to make the SC championship because of the loss of Ty Simpson. So they'll have a first time starting QB. But they brought in guys like Ty Haywood and Noah Rogers, but they did lose 10 players to the draft. So I trust their defense, and then I trust, Alabama talent development system. Kalen DeBoer is not as good of a coach as Nick Saban, obviously, but he's still good enough to. I think they'll get them to the college football playoff. Next up, Arkansas. I think Arkansas is going to be probably the worst team in the SEC, in my opinion. The roster's completely been overhauled. They've got a new quarterback in AJ Hill, and they added some pieces at running back, but I think there's just way too much turnover in this on their roster. And I think with the new ninth conference game, finally, by the way, I think they're just getting battered. So I think they'll be below 500. Auburn, I think Auburn's going to be bowl eligible with the addition of Byron Brown and the new head coach of Alex Golish. I think they'll be, better than last year. Maybe they win 7 games, maybe they win 8 at most. But losing their two best receivers in Eric Singleton and Cam Coleman will prevent them from being ranked for me. I think they could be, a solid team, but it's a new staff and they've had a lot of roster turnovers, so I don't think I can confidently say that they're a top 25 team. Florida's kind of the same. I mean, they got a new head coach in John Summerall. They have a new QB in Aaron Philo from Georgia Tech, which they paid a lot of money to get, by the way. I mean, losing DJ Lagway, I think that's an upgrade, to be honest. I think he turned the ball over too much. Um, but they got Eric Singleton from Auburn, so I think that's going to help them a lot. A little fun fact is I ran against Eric Singleton in high school in the state of Georgia track and field. We don't need to talk about what happened, but anyways, I think they have a good team, but I don't think they'll make the top 25. Georgia, I think Georgia's going to win the SEC this year. It's Georgia. They've still got Kirby Smart, who I think is top 3 coach in college football. The only two I'd probably put above him are Kurt Signetti from Indiana and Ryan Day from Ohio State. I mean, I'm a biased Ohio State fan, so I've got to put my coach up there. Gunnar Stockton, I think, is a quality starting QB. He fits the Georgia system well, just a rugged, tough-nosed quarterback that will fight for every yard. And they had a good recruiting class. They did lose some guys to the NFL, but it's still Georgia. So I trust Kirby Smart over every other coach in the SEC to find a way to get to the SEC championship game. So that puts them in the SEC championship tier. Kentucky, I think Kentucky's going to be terrible. It's not their fault. They had a good, good offseason. I actually liked it. Kenny Minchie and CJ Baxter, they got some offensive line help. I just think they have a brutal schedule, and they'll be better, but I don't think better will equal 6 wins to put them both eligible, so they're going to be below 500. LSU is the new shiny toy of the SEC with Lane Kiffin leaving Ole Miss. Whatever you think of that, it's up to you. I think it was a sticky situation. I think that the portal class is just ridiculous with Sam Levitt, Jordan Seaton, Who else did they get? Princewell Unmalan from LSU, however you say his, or from Ole Miss, however you say his name. They did lose some guys to the NFL, but I think that they'll be a college football playoff team with Lane Kiffin. I don't know how far they'll get, but I think they'll be in the college football playoff. Mississippi State, perennial below 500 team for me, to be honest. Um, there's been a ton of roster turn. They did get Jaden Rashada, but they're still trying to, find their way as a program. I just don't think that they'll win enough games in the conference to, really make it anywhere. So that's why they're in below 500. Um, Missouri is a tough one for me because I do like the additions of Austin Simmons and Caden Lee, but I'm concerned about the health of Ahmad Hardy. If you don't know, he was shot this offseason, and there's not 100% certainty that he will, play the entire season. So, with that being said, that's going to keep them out from the top 25 for me. If they make the top 25, I think it's because he's healthy, and I'm happy to be wrong. Really like the kid. He would be my RB1 in the 2027 draft class if he does declare. I think him and Kawan Lacey are the two best running backs in college football. Mark Fletcher is the third. So, I think they will go as far as his health allows them to. So I'm just going to put them in bowl eligible to be safe. Oklahoma, Oklahoma, I think they're going to be ranked. They're close. I think they're very close to the college football playoff. John Mateer back second year in the system is huge. They got some help at receiver. Parker Livingstone and Isaiah Satinga, absolute speed demon, is still there, so that'll help Mateer. But I just think that their offensive line has too many questions for me, and I think they have a very hard schedule. To be honest, I mean they actually play someone out of the conference. They play Michigan in week 2. So I think that that game could give them some trouble, only because it's early on the schedule for them. So that's going to keep them out of the college football playoff for me. I think Ole Miss is also going to make the college football playoff. I think that they could be like one of the final seeds. I mean, Trinidad Chambliss is a top 3 QB in college football. He's returning. Kawan Lacey, who I said, top 2 running back college football playoff. In college football. He's returning. Sertain Perkins is also staying, which is huge. And I liked Pete Golding, what he showed against Georgia in the college football playoff last year for me. So I think that the team camaraderie is going to be very high because they're going to be, they want to show Lane, why did you leave us, right? So I think that that will carry them to the college football playoff. South Carolina, I don't trust Shane Beamer as a coach, to be honest. So I'm going to put them in bowl eligible. They have a very good, they get some very good pieces like Lenore Sellers and Dylan Stewart, Dylan Stewart's, in my opinion, the best edge rusher in college football. I think he's edges out Colin Simmons slightly. Um, then Laura Sellers is a very good mobile QB that can make stuff happen. So I think that they will make a bowl game, but I don't think they'll be ranked. They could be close, maybe. Maybe they sneak to 8-4 and get like 25th or something. But for now, for this extra, I'm just gonna put them bowl eligible. Tennessee, I think is gonna be ranked. I think their offense is gonna put up a lot of points. They added some solid defensive pieces, but losing Colton Hood and Jermon McCoy to the NFL are too much of losses to overcome to make the college football playoff for me. Texas, Texas is the other championship game team for me. I really think they'll go as far as Arch Manning can take them, but the additions of Cam Coleman, Hollywood Smothers, and Malik Brown are, elite portal additions, in my opinion. So, I mean, Arch really has no excuses this year for me, to be honest. So I'll put them in the SEC championship. Texas A&M, I think Texas A&M is going to sneak into the college football playoff. They got some very good portal talent like Isaiah Horton, Wilkin Formby, and Ricky Gibson. So I think with the addition of those 3 guys, and then retaining Marcel Reed will keep them in the college football playoff tier for me. I hope they can, score a touchdown this year in the college football playoff. That'd be nice to see. But yeah. Then last but not least, I'm gonna say Vanderbilt. I'm gonna put them like right around Auburn and Florida, maybe winning 6 or 7 games. I think whatever you think of Diego Pavia, whether you think he's a good player but a weird person, which is what I think. I think that the loss of him and the loss of Eli Stowers, the elite tight end, is too much to overcome to really make a charge for the top 25. So, but I do think Clark Lee raised the floor of the program. I just don't think that, even though Jared Curtis was a very good high school recruit, I don't think he will carry them to a top 25 spot this year. So I hope you enjoyed my unbiased ranking of the SEC as an Ohio State fan. And let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see me rank any other conferences or you'll want to see a full top 12 prediction of the college football playoff.